some middle schoolers who are in the at-risk space, who had the opportunity, unlike their peers, to come out with some of their teachers and counselors and associate principal even to experience this. And just the experience of having something different than their peers was just amazingly transformative for them, because it was a new way of teaching them that inner leadership that their peers didn't have. And sometimes the at-risk population, from what I've learned from knowing these teachers and people as educators, is that sometimes it's just the atmosphere can be a little unkind. And so for them to have the opportunity to do something their peers didn't have the chance to do, it really inspired them and motivated them to think about how to apply what they learned with the horses in school. Even the best team, meaning even an effective team, can always be better. And so it's really about recognizing the beauty of being lifelong learners and recognizing that even though we're effective and things are going well, doesn't mean we've hit the pinnacle and there's no more room for growth. There's always ways to grow, and growth does not necessarily mean we get bigger. Maybe as a company or a team, it means we get better. Thank you. So the reason it is so different for each human is because each human sees the world through a very specific lens of their own. And that lens comes into existence by either being taught, caught, or experienced. And so because each human catches and is taught and experiences different things in life, those things create the lens in which you see the world. Nobody's lens is better or less than someone else's. They're simply different because each of us was, created as our own being.
So a lot of it is, again, it's that experiential learning. That's the key. And I don't have all the research numbers, but I know there's research behind the fact that when you're actually engaged in something, when you're doing it, not just seeing it, and that information. I'm sure if you just even Google it, the difference between just seeing something and actually, or hearing something and actually doing something, that it just helps the mind, remember that experience a lot more.
You can come back mentally and visually to this space and think about your courage and think about some of the things that you learned and then apply them. Also, as you all know, really addresses all the senses. So that learning is called kinesthetic. It's like, because it engages the senses, like I already mentioned, but it engages several senses versus just listening.
So much about it is relationships, and so much of it is interacting with people, and kind of overall we kind of came down to communication as being kind of the main theme throughout everything. So, but that again, that even itself can offer a lot of different ways of handling communication too. So,
want people's paradigms of their thought processes and the way they see things to be shattered. I want this shattering of a comfort zone shattering transformation.